With utmost emphasis, I wish to assert that it is not out of any desire to thrust my own person into the foreground that I offer a few words about myself and my circumstances in preface to this account of the life of the late Adrian Leverkühn, to this first and certainly very provisional biography of a musical genius, a revered man, sorely tried by fate, which both raised him up and cast him down. I offer such words solely under the presumption that the reader, or better, future reader, since at the moment there is still not the slightest prospect that my manuscript will ever see the light of public day, unless, that is, by some miracle it were to leave our beleaguered fortress Europe and share the whispered secrets of our isolation with those outside. But please, allow me to begin anew. Only because I assume that someone might wish, in passing, to be informed as to who and what the writer is, do I preface these disclosures with a few remarks concerning my person, though not without real apprehension that in so doing I may move the reader to doubt whether he finds himself in the right hands, which is to say, whether, given all that I am the right man for a task to which I am drawn more by my heart, perhaps, than by any legitimizing affinity. Reading back over these preceding lines, I cannot help noticing a certain uneasiness, a laboured breathing, only too characteristic of the state of mind in which I find myself here today, in Freising on the Isar on the 23rd of May, 1943, 2 years after Leverkühn's death, which is to say 2 years since he passed from the depth of night into deepest night, as I sit down in my little study of so many years to commence my description of the life of my unfortunate friend, resting now, oh may it be so, with God. Characteristic, I say, of a state of mind that is the most onerous combination of a heart-pounding need to speak and a deep reticence before my own inadequacy. I'm a thoroughly even-tempered man, indeed, if I may say so, a healthy, humanely tempered man with a mind given to things harmonious and reasonable, a scholar and conjuratus of the Latin host, not without ties to the fine arts, I play the viola d'amore, but a son of the muses in the academic sense of the term, who gladly regards himself a descendant of the German humanists associated with letters of the obscure men, an heir to Reuchlin, Crotus of Dornheim, Mutianus, and Urban Hesse, though scarcely presuming to deny the influence of the demonic on human life. I have always found it a force totally foreign to my nature, and have instinctively excluded it from my world view, having never felt the slightest inclination boldly to seek out the intimacy of those nether powers, or worse, wantonly to challenge them, or to give them so much as my little finger when they have approached me with temptation. This attitude has meant sacrifices, both in ideal terms and as regards my physical well-being, for once it became apparent that my views could not be reconciled with the spirit and claims of our historical developments, I did not hesitate prematurely to retire from the teaching profession I loved. In that respect, I am at peace with myself. But this same firmness, or if you like narrowness, of my ethical position can only reinforce my doubts as to whether I ought truly to feel called to the task I have taken on.